What's up, you guys? My name is Aubrey, this is my channel, and today we're going to be talking about something super important because we have some big news to report. You see, there is a piece of COVID relief that we've all been waiting on for a couple of months now, and that program goes live today. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down what this program is, what it means for you, when you can start seeing money into your bank account, and all those sorts of details. So let's get started. Now, whenever it comes to COVID relief, there are only a few programs that are still left and that are still able to be taken advantage of. And one of those programs starts today and it goes live today. And that is the Child Tax Credit. You see, as of today, July 15th, the Child Tax Credit is officially active and the government is going to start distributing funds to your bank account on behalf of this Child Tax Credit. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar what the Child Tax Credit is, let me briefly explain. So the Child Tax Credit is a refundable, fully refundable tax credit that is given to individuals that have children. This could be in the form of an actual child that you birthed or you are the parent of. It could be in the form of a child that you have legal guardianship or a foster child. There are a lot of different definitions to the term child, but basically if you have somebody that is your dependent, then you could potentially be eligible for this Child Tax Credit. And basically how this works is you will receive either $3,600 or $3,000 per dependent that you have. For children under the age of 6, so 5 and under, you could receive $3,600 from the government. For children ages 6 to 17, you could receive $3,000. And the way that you'll receive these payments is in two different ways. Number one is through one lump sum payment come next April when you file your 2021 taxes. The second way is this month, starting this month, in the form of monthly payments between July and December of this year. How it works is however much money you are going to be owed from the government through the Child Tax Credit, the government will divide that payment in half. So for example, if you have one 8-year-old and you are eligible for the full Child Tax Credit, you would be eligible for $3,000. And so in this case, the government would split this $3,000 in half, and they would give you the first half in the form of monthly payments between now and the end of the year, and they would then give you the second half next April when you file your taxes. That way, you not only get reoccurring payments, but you also get a large payment next year. This is a great situation for those of you that are eligible and do have dependents. But like most government programs, not everybody qualifies for this. And even if you do qualify, you may not qualify for the full thing. And there are income requirements that you must meet in order to be eligible for the Child Tax Credit. The first is if you are a single person filing independently. In this case, you must make $75,000 or less in order to qualify. If you are a single head of household, then you would be able to make $112,500 or less and still be eligible. And if you're a married couple filing jointly, then you would have to make $150,000 or less in order to be eligible for the full Child Tax Credit. So if you were to make these amounts or below, then you would be eligible for the full Child Tax Credit per child. But the good news is that even if you do make above this amount, then there is a chance that you would still be eligible for the Child Tax Credit, just not the full amount of the credit. You see, once you hit these thresholds, you are still eligible for payments, but the payments begin to phase out and they become smaller and smaller according to how much money you make. The more money you make, the less you'll receive through Child Tax Credits. Now begs the question of, do you have to sign up for these payments? What if you didn't sign up? What do you need to do on your end in order to receive these payments? And the good news here is absolutely nothing. If you filed your taxes this year for last year, then that's all you had to do, and you don't have to do anything else in order to receive these payments. If you're somebody who didn't file your taxes because you simply didn't make enough money in order to file them, then you should go to the IRS's non-filer form in order to fill out a non-filer form. That way you can get this Child Tax Credit payment. The non-filer form is super easy, super streamlined, and really all you need is an internet connection in order to complete it. Interestingly enough, the Child Tax Credit actually isn't a new system. It's not a new tax credit, and it's something that has been around for quite a while. The big difference, though, is that with COVID relief and with the American Rescue Plan, which was the stimulus package that we saw passed in March, it revised the Child Tax Credit, and it made it much more accessible to the general public and to the average American. You see, typically with tax credits, you have to make a certain amount of money in order to be really eligible and really able to take advantage of the tax credit in its full form. But with the revised tax credit, it takes this part of the equation out of the question. And that means that people who may not have been able to traditionally take advantage of tax credits can now take advantage of them and really benefit from them. The other thing that I must mention, and I can't make a child tax credit video without talking about this, is for those of you who have recently had children. If you are somebody that had a child between January January 1st and today, then you will not get a child tax credit payment between July and the end of the year. You will instead receive payments in one lump sum next year come tax season. That is, of course, assuming that you qualify for the full amount. This is because the way that the IRS determines eligibility for the child tax credit is by your tax returns. And if you just recently had a child, then that child is not claimed on your tax return. So really, as far as the IRS is concerned, that child doesn't exist. And because of that, you won't get those payments. But don't worry, you will get the payment in a full lump sum next year. And so it's just coming a bit late, but it is still coming. Now, the IRS has a lot of helpful tools that will allow for you to check and see if you are eligible for the child tax credit. If you are eligible, they have tools that will allow for you to see how much you are eligible for. And lastly, there are tools that allow for you to track the progress of your payment so that you know when to expect it to hit your bank account. You can find a handful of these portals and resources here, one of which is the Child Tax Credit Update portal, which can allow for you to manage your advanced payments. You also have the Advanced Child Tax Credit Eligibility Assistant. This portal will allow for you to check your eligibility. All you have to do is go to the IRS's website and click check your eligibility. From there, you will then fill out a series of questions, which will then give you your eligibility status of this program. And then lastly is this calculator. Now, there are a lot of different calculators online that you can take advantage of to help you learn how much you could expect to get through this program. This is a really good one. All you do is fill out what your filing status is, how many children you have in the age 5 and under age group, how many children you have in the 6 to 17 age group, and then your adjusted gross income. Then you simply click submit, and then it will tell you how much you could get. I will include resources to all of these portals in the description below. Now, as of now, it's not 100% clear when people should start receiving the payments in their bank account. The funds are being distributed today, the 15th, but as we know from stimulus checks and stimulus payments, not all payments hit the bank account right away, and sometimes there are delays, there are holds, and so some of you, I'm sure, will receive payment today, but I'm sure there are many of you that will receive payment within the next couple of days or even potentially within the next week. But with that being said, you guys, I had to make this video because this is a big piece of COVID relief that we've been talking about for months now. And it's crazy to think that it's already July 15th because I feel like just a few days ago we were in February and March. To say that 2021 is flying by is an absolute understatement, and it will be December before we know it, which is crazy to think about. But like always, you guys, if you have any questions, comments, if you have anything to add, I would love to hear it. So make sure to leave a comment down below. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video.